Welcome to Market Analysis Explained. In today's episode, we'll dive into the latest market trends and economic updates for September 10th. Stay tuned as we break down complex topics into easy-to-understand insights. Here are 4 key topics we'll cover. 1. US presidential debate. 2. Bitcoin outflows. 3. UK jobs data. And 4. Apple AI. Firstly, the US presidential debate. For those interested in China and everyone else, the US presidential debate later today is a key event this week. For Wall Street, the debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump could increase market volatility, especially with ongoing uncertainties about the labor market, interest rates, and geopolitics. Remember, volatility refers to the degree of variation in trading prices over time. High volatility means prices can change dramatically in a short period, while low volatility means prices are relatively stable. For example, if stock prices fluctuate a lot in a short period, that's high volatility. The S&P 500 just had its worst week since March 2023 due to disappointing US jobs data, raising concerns about a cooling economy, before rebounding on Monday. If you didn't know, the S&P 500 is a stock market index that measures the performance of 500 large companies listed on stock exchanges in the United States. It's often used as a benchmark for the overall health of the US stock market. For example, if the S&P 500 is going up, it generally means that the stock prices of large companies are increasing. Secondly, Bitcoin outflows. US Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, have experienced their longest streak of daily net outflows since they were listed at the start of the year. Investors withdrew nearly $1.2 billion from 12 ETFs over 8 days through September 6th, according to Bloomberg data. Remember, exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are investment funds traded on stock exchanges, much like stocks. They hold a collection of assets such as stocks, bonds, or commodities, and offer investors a way to diversify their portfolios. For example, if you invest in an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, you're essentially buying a small piece of all 500 companies in the index. Despite this, Bitcoin rallied along with other risk assets on Monday, although its year-to-date gains have slowed to about 30%. If you didn't know, risk assets are assets that carry a significant degree of risk, such as stocks or commodities. They can offer high returns, but also come with the potential for significant losses. For example, investing in Bitcoin can be risky because its price can be very volatile. Thirdly, UK jobs. Today's main focus is on UK jobs data. Pay increases are expected to slow down, but the Bank of England will likely remain cautious about cutting interest rates because underlying cost pressures are still high, according to Bloomberg Economics. Remember, interest rates are the cost of borrowing money, usually set by a central bank. They influence how much people and businesses pay for loans and earn on savings. For example, if the interest rate is high, borrowing money for a mortgage becomes more expensive, which can slow down the housing market. Meanwhile, UK Chancellor of the Exchequer Rachel Reeves might introduce over £20 billion, $26 billion, in tax hikes in the upcoming budget without breaking any election promises, by targeting inheritances and capital gains, according to the Resolution Foundation. If you didn't know, capital gains are the profits from selling assets like stocks or property. These gains are often taxed at a different rate than regular income. For example, if you bought shares for £1,000 and sold them for £1,500, the £500 profit is your capital gain. The British pound hasn't changed much today, but it's up more than 2% against the US dollar this year, outperforming major currencies. This means that if you were traveling to the US, your money would go further now than it did at the start of the year. Lastly, the Apple event. Apple investors are gearing up for the company's most important event of the year on Monday, where it will unveil its latest iPhones and introduce a new artificial intelligence platform. The event starts at 10 a.m. local time at Apple's headquarters in Cupertino, California. The most significant announcement will be the iPhone 16 line, but the company is also planning major updates to the Apple Watch and AirPods. Remember, artificial intelligence, AI, refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines. AI can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as understanding natural language, recognizing patterns, and making decisions. For example, Siri, Apple's digital assistant, uses AI to understand and respond to voice commands. Apple Intelligence, a new suite of AI tools including an updated Siri digital assistant, will also be prominently featured. If you didn't know, AI tools are software applications that use AI to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. For example, AI can be used in customer service to provide instant responses to common questions. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe. We are dedicated to giving you daily market analysis with explanations. Feel free to suggest other topics to dive into.